All right, welcome to lab number 12 on AI-102. In this one, we're going to create a custom skill with AI search. And you need to have a multi-service account, an AI multi-service account running that you might have from previous labs already. And then you also need to have an AI search service resource. And these need to be in the same region. In this lab, in the beginning, I'm going to show you, or we're going to use a setup command to create that search resource as well as a storage account. However, if you just did the other lab where we would create search and put some PDF files from Margie's travel to be indexed there, then you can use that one. So you don't need to create a separate one for this lab. Okay, so we're here in Visual Studio Code. We've cloned the lab repo. And then we're going to open our terminal in the search skill directory. Once here, we're first logging in. Okay, that's taken care of. So next up, let's take a look at the... okay, there's this script here ready to be run. So here we need to set in our values. So the location was East US, right? Then the resource group name was resource group 1. Okay, so let's run the setup command. Okay, it has now created everything we need. We can go and check in our resource group. We should be able to see this. So there we go. We have a search service and a storage account, in addition to the multi-service account from AI previously. So next we're going to work with search. Previously we've done this using the portal. Now, however, we're going to do this with command line stuff. So here under create search, there is a data source JSON file where we need to set up things. The what we need here is the connection string for our Azure storage account. We can look it up in the portal, but it should be here as well. Storage account, blah, 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 connection string is this one, yeah? So we can just copy paste that directly in. There we go. Then there is a skillset.json. So what we're doing here is defining a skill set for AI search. We need to set up the AI services keys in here. So for that one, we need to go to take a look at the multi-service account, keys and endpoint, and copy over the key. There we go. And then we have an index definition over here as well. And we're creating the index. It's okay, so we can see all of the different field names, their types, and whether or not they're searchable and so on. So this is the index definition. And then we have an indexer JSON file that defines the indexer, so the process of creating the index. Perfect. Everything is in here. Previously, when we worked with AI search, we did this all in the management console. So you will see many options that you already know from that experience. Now they're just defined here as code. All right, so then let's take a look at the create search script. So here we need to have the search definitions. The URL was here. And then the key is here. Like that. So now that should be configured as well. So this will create the basically everything that we have defined in the JSON files. Okay. So let's open up a new terminal window so that we don't lose those keys. Okay, so let's try to run this. Okay, that should be done. So let's go and see. This is our search service. Okay, we have our index here, and then we can copy paste the search string from the lab instructions. And yeah, it seems to work. So that should give us stuff about London. Marvelous. Okay. So next up, let's create a custom skill. And we're going to implement that using an Azure function. So let's create a function app. We're happy with consumption. I'm going to select the same resource group and give it a name. Function app with the lab ID in this case. We don't need the unique host name. I want a Node.js runtime. 20 is okay. I want to run this in EastUS 2 as well. So let's deploy this. All right, so that's done. Here is our brand new function app. And then let's create a function in here. As a template, we want to have an HTTP trigger. And then let's call the function word count and create. And there is this error here that comes up every now and then. However, if you refresh the metrics, then usually it has still created the function there. So a little bit weird. So let's get there. Here we have the code and test page. There's some default code here, and we have new code in the lab instructions that we're going to use instead. And what it does is basically, if we just like this, so we take the body of the request, and then we have a list of stop words here that we're not going to count. And then otherwise, for all of the text that we can find, we're going to split it into by space, yeah? Remove punctuations, and then count how many words there are that are not in that stop word list. And then we return an array of those back. Okay, that's the idea, at least. Cool. So let's save this. And then go to test run. And then let's add a body here from the instructions. We have two records, Tiger, Tyner, Birdie, and Bright, in the darkness of the night, and then the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plains. That's where you'll find the rain. Okay, two different text snippets. And now when we run this function on that input, we should get back is two records, and for each the unique number of words. Okay, let's get the function URL here. So we'll copy it to the clipboard. And then let's go back to Visual Studio. Now we have a different folder, update search. And here we have the update skill set JSON file. In here we are changing the skill set, and we are adding a skill called get top words, which is a basically an HTTP API implemented by our function. So we enter our function URL there, and then this should work. Note that we also need to have the AI services key here, so I'm just going to fetch that from our AI services resource. There. Okay. So that's the update skill set. Let's get rid of that. Let's also get rid of these other ones. Update the index. No, it's the same. Here it is. Top words. is going to be a new field for the index. And then also indexer is going to be changed. We should somewhere find the mapping for top words. Is that the end again? Yeah, here you see the additional mapping for the new field implemented by this custom skill. Okay, so then to make this happen, we have a command here. So we again need to enter the key and URL here was here. And then the URL was here. There we go. And then let's create another terminal. And run this command. So now let's go back to our search. And then we should be able to see the indexer, yeah, running and has finished already. Perfect. So now we can search in it again. So we're going to go to Search Explorer. And this time I'm going to search for Las Vegas. From the URL and top words fields, right? So we get 15. The first one, Margis Travel presents Las Vegas. And then we should be able to see 3 phrases, blah, 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 blah. Here we go, top words as well. All right. So that's how you can create a custom skill in AI search. Hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next lab. Till then.